Thank you so much for being here. This is Ashwini Prasad, your host of the Inclusive Storytelling Podcast. If you're liking these episodes, please leave a review, download, comment if you're on YouTube, and share these episodes. Feel free to connect with me at theinclusivescreenwriter.com or on Twitter and Instagram at The Inclusive Screenwriter. In addition to being an anti-racism and anti-oppression educator, I'm a screenwriter, self-published author, and of course a podcast host. So if I can make our media more inclusive with you, feel free to reach out. All right, let's jump into our episode. Today we talk about Vandana Shiva. Now, Vandana Shiva was born on November 5th, 1952, and she is a South Asian Indian scholar, environmentalist, food sovereignty advocate, ecofeminist, and anti-globalization author. Vandana Shiva is based in Delhi, and she's written more than 20 books, really focused in on the environment. She started her studies in physics in India and graduated with a Bachelor of Science in 1972. And then she moved to Canada to pursue a master's degree in the philosophy of science, which she received in 1977. And then in 1978, she completed and received her degree in philosophy at the University of Western Ontario, where she focused on the philosophy of physics. She has spent her life in activism. For example, she has really focused in on how there are over 14,000 pesticides that may enter our food system across the world, and how the green revolution agriculture has really depleted our fertile soil and destroyed living ecosystems. She's also the founding counselor of the World Future Council, WFC, which was formed in 2007. And the primary focus of the World Future Council is on climate security. And their focus is to speak on behalf of policy solutions that serve the interest of future generations. That is something I can get on board with. She also focuses in on this term ecofeminism, which is really near and dear to my heart. I was actually introduced to Vandana Shiva and her works through ecofeminism. And it is the focus of ecofeminism to really center women in terms of agriculture and farming. And what Vandana Shiva really focuses in on is how we can really have better farming in places like India by engaging more women. And that when things happen in farms and agriculture, it is the women who end up having to take the brunt of having to walk further to get water, or having to do much more with less to take care of their children. And so she focuses in on that if we can center women and women's issues around agriculture and the environment, we would have much better outcomes. And when there's ecological destruction, these problems are faced and become women's responsibility. And so how can we center women so that this destruction does not happen? Now, you know, if you've been following my podcasts, that I'm focusing this season on folks who definitely deserve a movie or miniseries about them. Now, Vandana Shiva does have a documentary telling her life story, which is called The Seeds of Vandana Shiva, but I want her story to be part of popular culture. So I'm hopeful that something bigger than a documentary can come out with her life, just to get more mainstream, because not everybody watches documentaries. Now, she is not shy for media. She's written books, right? She advertises them. She's also appeared in a documentary film about the Dalai Lama. And about 12 years ago, she was interviewed in a documentary about honeybees called The Queen of the Sun. So documentaries, love them, think they're important. I think that we could definitely tell more about Vandana Shiva's life and reach more people with a movie or miniseries about her life. We've had a movie with Mark Ruffalo in Dark Water, so why not about Vandana Shiva? I hope you enjoyed this episode. Thanks for listening. Thanks again for being here. And again, if you're liking these episodes, feel free to leave a review, download, comment, and share. And always remember, if I can support you in making our media more inclusive, feel free to reach out. I'm a screenwriter, podcast host, and an author, and I'm at theinclusivescreenwriter.com or The Inclusive Screenwriter on Twitter and Instagram.